here's what tourism boards don't want you to know. South Carolina's most captivating destinations aren't the overcrowded hotspots plastered across travel magazines, but rather the hidden gems that locals have been quietly enjoying for decades. While millions flock to Charleston and Myrtle Beach, savvy travelers are discovering that the real magic lies in South Carolina's overlooked small towns. These communities, each with populations that wouldn't fill a major city stadium, offer something that big destinations simply can't match: authentic experiences without the tourist traps. South Carolina's journey began in 1670 when English settlers established what would become one of America's original 13 colonies along the eastern seaboard. What started as an agricultural society has evolved into a thriving industrial state, housing over 5 million residents across bustling metropolitan areas. But here's where it gets interesting. Scattered throughout this modern landscape are 11 remarkable towns that time seems to have treated with special care, each preserving centuries of history while offering contemporary comforts that rival any major destination. Beaufort, the controversial crown jewel. Situated on Port Royal Island, Beaufort boldly claims the title Queen of the South Carolina Sea Islands. And this is where opinions get heated. Some argue that calling it the second oldest city in South Carolina is misleading, given how dramatically it has changed from its colonial roots. Yet visitors consistently rave, this isn't your typical boring history museum. It houses exhibits spanning an impressive 450-year timeline that brings the past to life in ways that will surprise even the most reluctant history student. For those seeking physical activity, the Beaufort Tree Walk provides an educational outdoor experience spanning just over 1 mile, beginning at the intersection of Craven and Carteret Streets. This carefully curated route showcases mature specimens including towering sycamores, aromatic myrtle trees, stately eastern cottonwoods, and distinctive sugarberry trees before concluding at the scenic waterfront park. After working up an appetite, locals consistently recommend Historic Grounds Coffee Shop for exceptional coffee served in an atmosphere that perfectly balances warmth with sophistication. Travelers Rest, where Native American legacy meets modern adventure, nestled against the breathtaking foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Travelers Rest carries a complex history that some find uncomfortable to discuss. This land was originally home to multiple Native American tribes, the Catawba, Creek, and Cherokee peoples, before European colonization forever altered the landscape. The arrival of railroads and highways transformed this area from indigenous territory into the thriving community we see today. The Travelers Rest History Museum tells this multifaceted story through carefully preserved artifacts displayed within a 1926 building that originally served as a neighborhood grocery store. After relocation from its original site, the museum now anchors one end of the remarkable Swamp Rabbit Trail. This 28-mile multi-use trail connecting Travelers Rest with Greenville represents one of South Carolina's most ambitious recreational projects. Following the scenic Reedy River and weaving through numerous city parks, the trail accommodates all fitness levels with its predominantly flat terrain, punctuated by gentle rolling hills that add just enough challenge to keep things interesting. Shopping enthusiasts will discover downtown's eclectic mix of businesses, from trendy local boutiques like Ash Ivy Collective to the independent bookstore As the Page Turns, which specializes in both new releases and carefully curated used titles. For evening entertainment, Bespoke Wine Shop elevates the typical wine store experience by offering an extensive selection of fine wines and craft beers, hosting regular tastings and flight nights, and serving artfully prepared charcuterie boards. York, 5 centuries of contested history. York's story spans 500 years, beginning when Cherokee and Catawba peoples used this fertile land for hunting, fishing, and trading. But here's what makes some historians uncomfortable. The transition from Native American territory to Scotch-Irish colonial settlement in the 1700s represents one of many complicated chapters in American expansion. The establishment of the area's first courthouse in 1786 marked the official beginning of European-style governance. Yet the cultural significance of the land's original inhabitants shouldn't be overlooked. Today's York embraces its cultural diversity while preserving important historical sites through attractions like the McKelvey Center, Allison Plantation, and Nanny's Mountain Historical Park. The McKelvey Center occupies an imposing 3-story brick structure that once housed the Yorkville Female College, itself a fascinating example of 19th century women's education. Currently serving as a venue for concerts and meetings while maintaining extensive historical and archival collections, the center bridges past and present in meaningful ways. The Allison Plantation showcases stunning Greek Revival architecture in a historic home and farm, constructed around 1860 as the residence of Dr. Robert Turner Allison. Its inclusion in the National Register of Historic Places recognizes its architectural and historical significance. Though visitors should understand the complex realities of plantation life that the beautiful facade represents, Nanny's Mountain Historic Park connects visitors with American Revolutionary War history through the site where iron was mined to support the war effort. An accessible 8-mile trail system accommodates various fitness and skill levels, while leading to both the Nanny's Mountain Education Center and a spectacular scenic overlook that rewards hikers with breathtaking views. Clemson. More than just a college town, Clemson pulses with the vibrant energy that only authentic college towns can generate, offering visitors far more activities than many realize. History enthusiasts shouldn't miss Fort Hill, located directly on Clemson University's campus, which was constructed during the Revolutionary War era. This plantation, named after Fort Rutledge, now welcomes visitors to explore its complex past, and this is where honest conversations about American history become essential. The Fran Hansen Visitor Center, established in 1998, originally served as a discovery center for South Carolina's Mountain Lakes region. Today, its expansive 230-acre property featuring pristine woodlands, babbling streams, well-maintained walking paths, and carefully cultivated gardens offers both guided and self-guided exploration opportunities. The on-site boutique provides unique shopping experiences, while refreshments help visitors recharge during their adventures. Education and natural history converge beautifully at the Bob Campbell Geology Museum, which provides free admission to its impressive collection of over 10,000 minerals, rocks, and fossils. This resource proves invaluable for students, teachers, researchers, and anyone fascinated by Earth's natural history. Though some argue that free admission is becoming increasingly rare and should be celebrated more widely. Walhalla, German heritage in the heart of South Carolina. Walhalla's character emerges most distinctly through its well-preserved historic homes, churches, shops, and cafes, all reflecting the town's proud German heritage. This cultural identity reaches its peak during the annual Oktoberfest celebration. And here's where it gets controversial. Some critics argue that 3 days of live music, food and craft vendors, carnival rides, and abundant beer represent commercialization of cultural traditions rather than authentic celebration. Regardless of that debate, Walhalla's outdoor recreation opportunities remain undeniably spectacular. Issaquena Falls demands visitor attention with its dramatic 100-foot cascade located within Stump House Park. Reaching the bottom requires some hiking effort, but the payoff justifies every step of the moderately challenging trek. Stump House Park offers additional outdoor adventures beyond the famous falls. The historic Stump House Tunnel, excavated prior to the Civil War, extends a quarter-mile underground and maintains a constant 50-degree temperature throughout the year, making it a natural air conditioning system that early engineers would envy. The Museum of the Cherokee in South Carolina provides deep historical context by exploring Cherokee Nation history dating back to 12,000 BCE through extensive artifact collections and educational materials. Language enthusiasts can even access Cherokee language courses either in person or online through the museum's website, an innovative approach to cultural preservation that other institutions might consider adopting. Cherau, from river commerce to modern recreation. Cherau's transformation from bustling shipping center on the Great Pee River to today's diverse recreational destination illustrates how communities can successfully adapt to changing economic realities. The Lyceum Museum, positioned in the town's historic district, exemplifies this evolution through its stunning architecture and layered history. This Greek Revival structure, built around 1820, served multiple purposes, including a Civil War telegraph office for Confederate troops, later becoming a library before its current museum incarnation. The landmark Old St. David's Church, constructed between 1770 and 1772, witnessed both British and American troops during the Revolutionary War, making it a rare neutral ground in a divided time. The church's continued community charitable work and visitor accessibility demonstrate how historic institutions can remain relevant and beneficial. Outdoor adventure seekers will find paradise at Cheraw State Park, which encompasses more than 7,000 acres, dominated by towering pines and centered around the pristine waters of Lake Juniper. Water enthusiasts can enjoy canoeing, kayaking, paddleboarding, and fishing, while camping facilities allow for extended stays. The park's 18-hole Tom Jackson-designed golf course adds recreational diversity that appeals to visitors seeking varied outdoor experiences. Clover, small town, big cultural impact, positioned conveniently near Charlotte, Rock Hill, and Gastonia. Clover proves that small towns can deliver big cultural experiences. The community's Irish and Scottish heritage comes alive during annual Highland Games each fall, featuring traditional competitions, live music, cultural performances, and local vendor markets that celebrate authentic traditions rather than tourist-focused entertainment. Art appreciation flourishes at Gallery 120, which rotates monthly installations and hosts year-round community events that foster local artistic talent. New Center Park provides family-friendly outdoor recreation through multiple soccer fields, seasonal splash pads, well-maintained walking trails, and regularly scheduled movie nights and concerts that bring the community together. Camden, where arts and appetite converge. Located in Kershaw County, within the state's north-central region, Camden has cultivated a vibrant cultural district featuring numerous galleries, art studios, theaters, and live performance venues. Local establishments like the Artist's Attic provide opportunities to both view and purchase authentic local artwork, supporting the creative community while offering visitors unique souvenirs. Camden's culinary scene deserves special recognition, from Country Kitchen's home-cooked breakfast, lunch, and daily specials to DeBruhl's Cafe's expertly prepared classic Southern dishes. Sweet tooth satisfaction comes courtesy of Mad Batter Bakery, which specializes in custom cakes and cupcakes that locals claim rival anything found in major cities. This combination of art and excellent dining creates an atmosphere that many larger destinations struggle to achieve. Abbeville, where American history reached its climax. Abbeville's claim to historical fame rests on a moment that changed American history forever. The Burt Stark Mansion serves as the location where the U.S. Civil War effectively ended. This is where Confederate President Jefferson Davis held his final war council before retreating from Richmond, Virginia, and ultimately conceding victory to the Union. Some historians argue this makes Abbeville more historically significant than many better-known destinations. The town's historic downtown area, known as the Square, combines boutique shopping, quality restaurants, and numerous historical sites within walking distance. The abundance of 19th-century homes creates an architectural timeline that tells the story of American domestic design evolution. Food enthusiasts shouldn't miss the annual Hogs and Hens Barbecue Festival each October. Since its 2013 inception, this event has attracted thousands of visitors with craft vendors, live music, and what many consider the state's best barbecue. Though such claims inevitably spark passionate debates among South Carolina's competitive barbecue communities. The historic district's Belmont Inn provides comfortable accommodation in 25 beautifully restored guest rooms positioned within easy walking distance of local shops and attractions. Landrum, nature conservation meets small-town charm. Landrum successfully balances small-town appeal with exceptional outdoor recreation, dining, and shopping opportunities. The Blue Wall Preserve represents conservation success as a 575-acre protected area within the larger 22,000-acre collection maintained by the Nature Conservancy. The Palmetto Trail's Blue Wall Passage offers a leisurely 2.7-mile one-way hiking route, accessible to most fitness levels, with bird-watching opportunities that attract enthusiasts from across the region. The historic Harehound Pub occupies a charming vintage brick building, surrounded by other restored historic properties, now housing antique shops, galleries, and restaurants. The pub's traditional American food and drinks menu satisfies both locals and visitors seeking authentic, rather than touristy experiences. History preservation reaches its peak at Campbell's Covered Bridge, South Carolina's last remaining covered bridge. Constructed between 1909 and 1911, this 38-foot structure spans Beaver Dam Creek and honors Alexander Lafayette Campbell, who operated a downstream mill. The surrounding 18.65-acre park provides perfect settings for picnicking, hiking, and nature exploration. Pendleton, a town frozen in time. Pendleton's entire municipality holds National Register of Historic Places status, an achievement that speaks to the community's commitment to preservation. Named for Virginia Judge Henry Pendleton and established in 1790, the town maintains its historical integrity while welcoming modern visitors. Ashtabula, a historic plantation home situated on 10 scenic acres, offers guided tours that provide glimpses into plantation life, though visitors should approach these tours with awareness of the complex realities behind the beautiful facades. These experiences raise important questions about how we remember and interpret American history. Tim's Mill represents living history through active use rather than static preservation. Built in 1784 by Isaac Timms and operational until 1960, this landmark has been carefully restored and once again grinds fresh grits and cornmeal for the community. Local shops and restaurants proudly feature these products, creating a direct connection between historical processes and contemporary dining. The Art Gallery on Pendleton Square showcases impressive local talent through diverse displays, including pottery, ceramics, stained glass, jewelry, photography, and sculptures. This variety demonstrates that small communities can foster artistic excellence that rivals metropolitan areas. The uncomfortable truth about hidden gems: South Carolina's overlooked small towns offer experiences ranging from the breathtaking Blue Ridge mountain vistas of Travelers Rest to Camden's eclectic artistic communities. These destinations provide what many travelers claim to want: authentic experiences, reasonable prices, and genuine local culture without commercialized tourist traps. But here's the controversial question that nobody wants to address. If we keep calling these places hidden gems and overlooked destinations, are we contributing to their eventual transformation into the overcrowded, overpriced tourist destinations that we're trying to escape? As you plan your 2025 travel adventures, consider whether these inviting South Carolina small towns represent the perfect alternative to mainstream tourism, or if our collective discovery of them might ultimately destroy the very qualities that make them special. What's your take? Should we share these amazing places with the world or protect them by keeping quiet about their charms? The choice and its consequences rest with travelers like you.